Cindy, gold was in your hands, but pride never allowed you to recognize its value. I gave you attention, not because you were the most beautiful, but because I wanted to see if your heart matched your face. Leo was not just rich, he was a multi-billionaire. Cars, houses, influence, everything was at his command. But the woman he loved the most betrayed him. She didn't just break his heart, she almost destroyed his life. She used him, lied to him, and disappeared, leaving him empty. That night, Leo sat alone and said, "I don't want a woman who loves money. I want someone who will love me when I have nothing." And just like that, he disappeared. No expensive suits, no guards. Leo became a cleaner in one of his own luxury shops. Every day, he cleaned floors, emptied trash, and stayed quiet. Then he noticed them, 4 girls, Cindy, Helen, Jane, and Flourish. Beautiful, confident, always together. Leo admired them, especially Cindy. One morning, he decided to test them. As they walked in, he mistakenly splashed water on them. Before he could speak, slap! Cindy hit him hard. "Are you mad? Can't you see where you're going?" Helen added. "This is why people like you remain cleaners forever." Jane laughed. "Look at him, smelling like detergent and dreaming big." They all laughed loudly. But Flourish didn't laugh. She stepped forward, helped him pick his bucket, and said softly, "Sorry about that, are you okay?" That moment, Leo noticed her. Days later, Leo greeted them. "Good morning." Cindy replied, "Keep your morning to yourself." Leo tried to talk to her again. "I just wanted to know you better." Helen cut in. "Know her? With what? Mop and bucket? Is she your class?" One day, they saw him reading. Jane laughed. "So you're now an educated cleaner?" Cindy added, "Even if you read all the books in the world, you'll still clean floors." Leo ignored them. He even tried to help sometimes. "Let me assist you with that." Cindy snapped. "Don't touch my things. You'll reduce the value." Laughter again. But every time, Flourish tried to calm things down. "You people should stop, he's human too." Her friends mocked her. "So you're in love with the cleaner now?" But she stayed quiet. On Cindy's birthday, Leo bought a small gift. He walked up to her with hope. She opened it and threw it back at him. "Is this what you think I deserve? I told you, we are not the same class. Don't ever try this nonsense again." The laughter was louder than before. Leo stood there, deeply hurt, but silent. Then Flourish picked the gift. "Thank you, it's beautiful." "I love it," she said, just so he wouldn't feel worthless. One of the girls whispered, "She has finally fallen in love with an educated cleaner." They all laughed and walked away. But Flourish stayed. And that was the beginning of something different. She became his friend. Not for money, not for gain, just to see him smile. She noticed something others didn't: his calmness, his words, his character. As days passed, Leo began to develop feelings for her. Her friends kept mocking her. "Go and meet your cleaner." But she ignored them. Weeks later, news spread across the company. The CEO is returning, and he is looking for a wife. Cindy and her friends became excited. They started competing, dressing better, showing off. But Flourish remained focused on her work. Unknown to them, Leo had already arranged everything. His driver would act as the CEO. The next morning, the CEO arrived. Cindy and her friends rushed him, smiling and flirting, trying to impress him. He gave them attention, pretended interest, and reported everything back to Leo. Meanwhile, Flourish stayed away. She didn't chase wealth. Leo tried to talk to Cindy again. She snapped. "You said you're a graduate, can't you see the CEO? Is he not your mate? Look at him, that's my class. Go and meet Flourish, she's your type. She pushed him and walked away. One afternoon, Leo sat with Flourish and asked, "How do you see me?" She smiled. "I see a good man, with potential, someone who can build a happy home." Leo asked again, "Then why does your friend reject me?" She replied, "Maybe she thinks you can't meet her standards." "But I believe character matters more." Leo nodded. At that moment, he knew she was the one. "Flourish, will you marry me?" Everyone turned. Her friends started shouting, "Say yes. That's your class." Flourish felt the pressure, but then she said, "Yes, not because of money, but because of peace." Then Leo brought out a gold ring and engaged her. Silence filled the room. Shock everywhere. The fake CEO stepped forward, clapping. "Hello everyone. Permit me to introduce the real CEO of this company." Leo stood up, removed his cap, and said, "I am Leonardo, owner of Leonardo Luxury Integrated Services." Shock filled the room. Cindy and her friends froze. Leo looked at them and stepped closer. "Cindy, gold was in your hands, but pride never allowed you to recognize its value. I gave you attention, not because you were the most beautiful, but because I wanted to see if your heart matched your face. But every time I came close, you reminded me that some people don't see humans, they only see levels. And today, you're not ashamed because I was a cleaner, you're ashamed because you now see what pride and arrogance have cost you." Then he turned to Flourish. "You respected me when I had nothing, and that is why you deserve everything." Cindy and her friends stood speechless. Final message. Life doesn't always show people your value immediately. Sometimes, it hides it to reveal their character. So be careful how you treat others. Because the person you look down on today may be the one you wish you respected tomorrow.